Okay, good afternoon, guys. So this is part two of working with clip mask. So we'll be doing an animation that shows a ball that does a 360, both face a hero in the shape of ball that does the 360, both its face and its back. So that's basically what we'll be looking at. We're looking at a simplified version of it. So firstly, here in Illustrator, as usual, I have done my illustration already. So what my illustration entails of it's basically the background, which is a rectangle, a colored rectangle, then the body, which is a circle, then a semicircle, which was divided with rectangles and giving beautiful colors. Then the frontal part of the face of the character, which is two eyes, that's two circles and a line, or the mouth as a smile. Then we have the back, which is basically just a little bit of air, small version of air, and the back pocket of the trousers or pants or jeans, whatever you want to call it. So all of these have been saved on different layers. We have background on a different layer, the body on a different layer, the front different layer, and the back on a different layer. So we'll be importing all those into After Effects. So let's lastly we deal with the basketball animation. So I'm putting those off and going towards the animation for the ball. So let me see. Okay, so we have the background, the body, the eyes, and let's see the eyes. Okay, where's the eyes? It's loading. Okay, here. Then the back. So the first thing, like I always say, the first thing to do is basically just first lock the layers in which you will not be animating, which is your background. So you'll be locking your background. So if you click on it, nothing will happen. It won't affect it at all. So the next thing we'll be working with, we want to check whether all our anchor points are in the center of each individual shapes. So I'm just going to put off this back first because it's making it look ugly. So the first thing I will do is check the body. The body is the anchor point at the center. I'll check for the eyes, which is the face. It's not at the center, as you can see, it's at the bottom. So we need to bring it to the center. So I'll be using my script to place mine at the center. You have to use your anchor points too to move yours to the center. Also, okay, so let me check for the back as well, whether it's at the center. Okay, for the back is at the center, so we're quite safe on that. So I'll put it up. So what we want to do now is have that 360 spinning look, like as if it's the person is turning around in 360. So what we'll be doing is we'll be clip masking some of the features, meaning that when the person is spinning, if you look at the movement of the spinning of a human being, when the person is facing you, you definitely see all his full front view. Or as when the person starts rotating 360, little by little, if you are still looking at the person from the front, you will see less and less of the person's face, less and less of the person's mouth. You understand? Meaning that as the person spin rolls maybe to the left, you will be seeing his facial features less and less, and you'll be seeing more of his back, he or she's back features. So to do that, what we'll be doing is you would have to move it clip marks the body shapes, both the front and back. Then you have to move them into in a specific direction, whether both left or right, while clipping masking them. So that's what we'll be doing. So the first thing to do is we'll have to clip mask both the eyes and the back. So let's clip mask the eyes first. To make clip mask of things, you know that you would have to duplicate the layer in which you want to show and place it above where the layer you want to clip mask. So what we'll be doing first is duplicate the body with Control D. So it will as automatically After Effects names it as body 2. So we will be naming it as body mask. So mask. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I think I pressed enter instead of delete. So body mask. So I will have to place it above the eyes. So above the eyes. Now then I will change the track mark of it to alpha matte of that's of the eyes to alpha matte to alpha matte. This way the eyes would only show inside the shape of the ball and nowhere else. That's how it will only show. We are not going to be animating any parameters, so we don't need any of its parameters. What we'll be doing now is we'd have to animate the eyes over time. So the eyes goes to the left over time. So to do that, you click on the eyes, then press P. So from the beginning, you choose the add a keyframe position parameter. Then maybe go down the timeline. That's 1, 2. Then we move the eyes to the right. So that's moving it to the right. So it leaves the screen. Now we are almost basically done with what we want to do here for the outer part of things. But one thing you notice is it's starting from the center. So I would love it. Would love it for it to start from the left. Like I see the person is spinning. So starting from the left to the right. So let's take from the beginning. Let's take it to the left instead of it being at the center. So that's, and I feel it would be too fast if we were to just use twice, go down twice, decay the time frame. So let's do, I think, 3. Let's do 3, then we play it and see how it looks.
So Machi,
3.
I noticed that you wanted to select a keyframe, but it was as though you used like a shortcut. Please, can you tell us a shortcut? Like to pick,
Okay,
or you
I
just
don't understand where. I didn't do
so
any shortcuts.
okay,
Okay,
just
you mean,
like
yeah. You mean when I wanted to drag the
yeah, like
parameters
you
of the position?
how you move between keyframes. I think there's a shortcut for that. Like instead of dragging the timeline.
Okay. I've actually mentioned this before in our previous video, so I didn't know that anybody did not know it now. But what I meant was, what I do is going down the keyframe is just shift and page down to go forward, shift and page up to go backwards. It goes 10 times down the timeline. Instead of it going one by one down the timeline, it moves by 10 pieces. That's what I've always been using. So like when I press shift and page down, that's gone 10 times down the keyframe. Shift and page down again, that's gone like 10 times. So that's what I do. I made mention of it in the previous videos, like one or two previous videos. So by now, everybody should know that when I move down the timeline, that's what I'm pressing. That's what I'm using. So let's easy ease this animation and see what it looks like first. That's for the face. So easy is that's F9. So we went 3 times down. So I'm just gonna play it to explain. So I feel it's kind of fast for someone running. So I'll just add maybe just one more to make it 4 times. Just one more. Just one more. Let's make it 4 times. Okay. Now we'll drag just the NDK frame today to make it with that it should be a lot better. Though I don't, it's not settled on the keyframe itself. Yes. So with this, it should be a lot better. So as you can see, it's rolling. Now, one thing is this: when it spins, we're supposed to see the back itself. So what we've just done is for the front. Then I want to show that okay, this character has the back itself. So that's what we'll be doing right now. So now we want to clip at the back of the character. We want to clip it at the end of once the face has gone, we want to see the back now. Because that's how a human is. You see their fronts, their side, then the back. So when it's like this, we are basically seeing the side of the character. So when it turns like you're supposed to see the movements of the back itself. So for the back, we'll be doing the same thing we did for the front, meaning that an animation in which it moves from the left to the right of the whole body while it was clip marks in the body. So now to clip mask it in the body again, we'll do a duplicate of the real body itself once again. So that's Ctrl D. Then we take it up above the back, because this is the back we want to clip mask it now. Then we change it to, okay, since we can't, if you call it both body mask, it would definitely be very confusing. So let me change this first body mask to eye mask. Then the second one, I will change it to back mask as well, so you know what the mask is for. So just let me change the name. So eyes mask. Then the next one would be a back mask. Back mask. So let's see. Back mask. Oh, I use writing tabs. Back mask. So once this is done, so now you have to do this. Now you clip mask the back to it by changing this from the track mark to alpha max. So now we'll definitely see the back. So we'll be adding keyframes to the back. So that's P for position. So the back should also start from outside the view to the outside on the left hand side to outside on the right hand side. So we are taking it outside on the left hand side first. So I'm moving it outside on the left. Yes. So I'll add the keyframe now. Then I will go 4 times down the timeline. 1, 2, 3, 4, like I did for the front. So then I will now move it to the right as well, outside of the right. So this way, I will select both keyframe, easy ease. Then I will play it. So we'll definitely get that rotating feel. So it's, as you can see, we have that rotating feel. But the one thing I would love is when it's almost about to go out, you should definitely see a little bit of the back itself. When it's about to go out, it shouldn't be when it's out fully before we now start seeing the back. So one thing I would like to do is bring the keyframe a little bit for the back, a little bit into the time for the front. So and bring it a little bit, both keyframes. So the back already starts coming in when the front is almost going out, as you can see. So it will be a little bit faster. It can show you understand what I mean. So now reduce the play duration. Mhm. So I'm playing it now. As you can see, this is all it takes just on this. Now, one thing you will notice is this whole animation is just 3 seconds. So you definitely, when you are doing yours, you definitely have to duplicate it twice. What I mean by duplicate it twice is this. All you would have to do is you duplicate the eyes twice and the eyes and eyes mask twice. Like deviate it one more time. So you have two eyes. Once you have two eyes, you move the two keyframes to the end of this particular one. So it should rotate twice. So what you do is, you see, this is its keyframe, this two for the eye two, as you can see. You will now move it towards almost the ending of this. Yeah, you also duplicate for the back as well, so as to, because you know that to submit, you need a minimum of 5 seconds. So you do that as well for the back. You duplicate it and its mask. Duplicate back mask. Control D. Then, like I said, remember I said in the previous video that when you want to see any of the keyframes, all you have to do is press U to show you all the keyframes that is involved. Then you make sure that you check where this body, the phase 2 ends. Yes, sir, this is where it ends. Second phase. Then all you have to do is just bring the back, the second back, the two keyframes of second back a little bit towards its ending as well. So let's say around here. Then you have an animation that is 5 seconds long. Bring the play duration to the new end. And just play it now. So just for submission sake, so you definitely need to make it over 5 seconds. So it's gonna play now. So it's just gonna do the same thing twice. So with this, you are definitely done with this. Then if you want to, the rest is up to you. We've already talked about bouncing balls in our previous animation. So all you need to do is just add the bouncing animation, meaning that up and down position to the body. Then make sure you parent every single thing you are doing. Make sure you parent them to the body. Do not forget to parent every single thing done here to the body, so it follows its up and down movement. If you do not parent it to the body, then you definitely have problems, as the eyes and the mask will not follow along. But you must paint all the eyes, all the mask, all the back to the body. So then you add your up and down motion and you get this animation. So that's the end of this particular video. Are you doing? So Aisha, hope there's no question.
No, not at all.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me pause the recording. Thank you.